Hi, it's Shortbloke, and today I've got an interview with one of our long-standing members of the Cirque Rovino, and he's going to tell us all about his gaming experiences from the very beginning and how he came to be a Cirque. So, what got you started in gaming then, Ro? Did an event, or did a certain person sort of interest you in gaming, or did you just pick it up by yourself?
My gaming probably started back with the original Atari. My cousin had the single joystick, single button game, and I remember playing in on that for hours. It was a one game called Adventure, where you were a little box and you had to go into a maze and kill dragons with a little arrow, actually shaped arrow that was your sword. So I mean, that's when I first got my gaming bug, and then throughout the years I've increased my, as you get more money, you get better systems. So I went from a Dreamcast to a PlayStation, and I remember one time I was, and then after that it became, I got really hooked into Bungie's Myth game. It was a multiplayer game that you played over. We used to play over internet connection. We play up until the middle of the night, team games against other people. That was a lot of fun. That was my first introduction to Bungie and their philosophy of gaming. So, that's when the whole clan structure was actually began. People would play in social settings. And we'd actually play, in a lobby as well. There was so much discussion, but all that was on the screen. You type it up, and so you'd see weird things like when people wanted to hurry up and go, they type go real quick, but it ended up being og. And a lot of that kind of crossed over. People would say og during like the first parts of Xbox Live. And I went to a LAN party one time, and a good buddy of mine from Myth, Freewill, who I guess considered the #1 Bungie fan, he introduced me to Halo, the original Halo on the first Xbox. No Xbox Live at all, and I was like, holy moly, this game is awesome. Played till like all hours of the night.
So speaking of that, how did you come across the Cirques? Was it through the geezers, or did you find another way in?
One of the original Cirque overlords, Rev.net, he was actually in an entirely different clan than I was. So he started this clan with 3 other overlords, and said, hey, we're starting a clan, do you want to join? I was like, sure, why not? For me, the clan was just to hang out and play and have a lot of fun. And I think Halo 2 was just coming out, and there was a lot of people starting this whole new clan idea. This whole clan thing was really new, but for us it really wasn't. I mean, we had this whole thing kind of like we knew what it was, we knew what the clan was supposed to be, we knew there was practices. Kind of had this idea down a long time ago.
So what games do you play now?
Right now, all I'm doing is playing Halo 4. I'm not a campaign player. I mean, that's fun, but I like to know that when I'm playing a game, that there's some intelligence behind the other player, that the reason they got beat was because I outthought them, or I was just better players than they were, rather than playing an NPC where it's just running, ones and zeros. So I don't really play campaign all that much. I'd rather play multiplayer against the live opponent.
What would be your favorite game of all time?
Definitely between Halo 2 and Halo 3. I'll have to go with Halo 3. Halo 3 was just a lot of fun. I played that for like 5 years.
There's a lot of Halo players that will agree with you that was the culmination of everything. So what about your role within the clan then?
I think originally on my profile I was the Underlord. And as far as my role, I guess you could say I'm more of the mouth. And it was fun because the way of me relieving stress.
You reckon you're the boisterous voice then of the Cirques?
Yeah, I probably am to a fault. As far as my role in the game, it depends. I like to kill, I like to shoot people, I like to be a slayer, but I also like to do objective games. I'll grab the flag and I'm not worried about KD, or I'm not worried about the only thing I'm concerned about is just the win-loss rate. The more games I win, the more fun it is. So I tend to think that we had a very decent gaming record. Anytime
Yeah, I think the one thing I do like about Black Ops is that once you're registered as a clan on Call of Duty Elite, it gives you a ranking against other clans, and I think we've nearly caught up with our win-loss ratio in Modern Warfare 3, so which was pretty good. I think we was like in the top 20% of the middleweight clans, but
yeah, you know, we're not like deadly serious. So I'll turn this on for a couple hours a day, and there are times when I'll go 2 or 3 weeks without playing because, you know, real life work gets in the way, so I don't have time to play. When I have time to play, I'll play for a couple hours at a stretch, have fun. Yeah, I think being part of that group and knowing that when I play with certain people, I know that they're going to be able to take care of themselves and communicate, say, hey, listen, this is happening, you need to focus on this part of the map, or hey, be careful because this guy is sniping from this area of the map, or hey, I've got this weapon so I can handle this thing if it happens or whatever. So yeah, just knowing as a group that that's going to be taken care of, and instead of playing with you know, a whole bunch of strangers, which is fine. I don't mind playing with strangers, but just that kind of openness is a lot of fun.
okay. Well, thanks to Ro for letting us delve into his murky gaming past. If you like this interview, then please like, comment, subscribe. I'll be doing more interviews, as well as some more tricks and tips videos. Thanks for watching.